are back with another week of Married at First Sight, season 11. This was episode 13 called Home Alone. Again, my name is Blythe.
My name is Brandon, and if you haven't done so already, okay, if you've been watching this, we do our recaps, we do our reactions of Married at First Sight, we do other videos as well, all right? No matter what it is that you come to the B&B channel for, smash that subscribe button, okay, and hit the bell so that you get post notifications so you know whenever we're dropping a new content, all right? We are like 100 subscribers away from 1K. We're closing in on it, okay? So once we get to 1K, we're gonna have the 1K giveaway, so stay tuned for that. We're gonna be coming out with the details of that. But until then, hit that subscribe button. Help us out, guys. Help us grow, all right? Smash that like button. That lets YouTube know that you're enjoying our content. Lets them know that they need to push it out to more people. More people means we can have more discussion. Speaking of discussion, hop in the comments. All right, comment down below. Let us know what you think about these couples. Let us know what you think about what's going on. It was crazy this week.
Yes.
All right, we got a lot to get into. Let us know how you feel because I'm feeling some type of way right now.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on. All right. Other than that, we're gonna go ahead and get into it.
Let's go. All right, Brett and Olivia. Woo! They had a time here.
Yeah.
So, basically this week's episode, which extended a lot longer than normal seasons because of COVID-19 quarantine, and what production had to shut down, and the couples had to start filming themselves.
Yeah.
Woo! So that was kind of rough for a couple of folks. That was pretty rough.
Well, I mean, the COVID-19 was rough on everybody.
Yeah.
And I think COVID probably messed up a lot of couples. Like, we're talking about these couples that just met each other like 5 days ago.
That's true.
Like, COVID messed with a lot of couples that had been together for a long time.
True.
Because, you normally go to work, you normally have your other recreational activities, you get a break from your partner, and then you come back to your partner. And, the absence makes the heart grow fonder. And, so you kind of have that balance. COVID threw all of that out of whack.
Things shut down, you got stress, you're worried about illness, food, just a lot of things.
Exactly. Just
changed the game. And then even jobs, like some people work from home, some people's jobs were shut down though, so it's like,
Yeah, so that's a taxing, thing to go through in any
in
relationship.
Yeah,
these relationships, it's almost unfair. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel for them because now they have to be in the same space with one another.
Right.
Everything is just accelerated. You don't get a break from that person, and you still hardly know this person.
Right.
So that was tough.
Yeah, I mean, so normally they go week 8, and then it's decision day, but that was actually postponed or pushed back because of the quarantine. So they were put in a position where they're at week 10, a little further. It was going a little further out here. New Orleans shut down and everything. All over the country shut down. But for them, shut down New Orleans. So, wow. Brett and Olivia, I mean, they started out with their day-to-day. Olivia still had to go to work. Obviously she's a nurse practitioner. She works in the hospital. She's still having to go to work, right? Every day. I think Brett, his job, basically, he didn't say he was working from home. He wasn't working from home. I guess the job was they were on pause. They couldn't come in. He was at home.
Yeah.
Basically.
He said one of his coworkers apparently got it. So I guess they were just being really extra cautious for sure.
They definitely weren't going in the office.
No.
And so they were home a lot. He, he was, started out okay. He was cooking and cleaning and taking care of things at home while Olivia was going to work.
Yeah.
And then, they were watching movies and seemed to be getting along. I think he did bring up some annoyances came up though, remember?
Said they were watching a movie, like when you're watching a movie that you kind of want to share with your partner, but they're on their phone the whole time, not paying attention. That's kind of a pet peeve. And it is.
Yeah.
It is. I think we both have probably experienced that on both ends. Hey, you want your spouse to kind of watch it with you and they not really into it like you are into it. So That's understandable. I mean,
It's
not like a fireable offense, but I understand.
Yeah, speaking of fireable offense. So anyways,
right.
So then I believe like Olivia got some time off, and then she was saying she was going to go visit her family. I don't know. Apparently there was a misunderstanding because he was like, no, you shouldn't go. I don't agree with that. And then she was like, yeah, I guess she was like, I see your point, but she still went or something. Not sure. It's two different stories going on there. And something going on with the cat. Just not sure. But anyway, so she did that, and she came back home to a empty house.
Up and left. Up and left.
Basically, Brett left.
I guess he wasn't really feeling her going to visit her family.
Right.
He expressed that to her, and ultimately she went anyway. She said she offered that he come with her, but I guess his concerns were with the virus, and I guess they were supposed to be in
quarantine.
Yeah, they're supposed to be quarantined, supposed to be shut in.
He didn't feel good about traveling and all that.
He didn't feel good about traveling, which that's cool, but that's not the reason that you up and leave the house. Like, you know what I mean? Like that was just like his excuse, basically. I think he was just like over it. I think I probably misjudged. I kind of thought he was into her. Like I kind of thought that.
Thought it was moving in that direction.
Right. I just felt like he just didn't know how to express himself, or he was just kind of naturally a jerk. And so I guess what this episode kind of brought to the light for me is that he wasn't really feeling her like that.
That's true.
He took the first opportunity to dip.
Yeah. She came back home. She was pretty upset. All his stuff was gone. She called him kind of like, what's going on? And he's like, I told you I was going to my house or whatever. She's like, well, I didn't think you were moving out all your stuff. It was, she got pretty upset and tearful. It was, I don't know. But anyways, so finally the experts kind of stepped in here. It wasn't in person, obviously. They had to do video calls. And so they did their video calls. So they showed Olivia's first with Dr. Pepper, right?
Yeah.
And she just expressed her concerns, told Dr. Pepper what happened. And I don't know. I mean, Dr. Pepper was talking about, you're going to sit down, talk to him, I guess, like see where he's at type situation. I mean, Olivia, she seemed like, I don't know, like, she was kind of open to trying to work it out. Did you get that too? Like,
yeah, she seemed like she expresses her annoyances with Brett over and over. Maybe, and I think Dr. Pepper pointed out, that do you ever think that maybe you're giving him too much negative and maybe not enough, positive? And she, she was like, yeah, that's possible. I probably do that. So, I mean... But ultimately, she seemed like she did kind of want to work it out. Mm-hmm. But it's like sometimes and I'm not saying it's her fault. There's fault on both ends. Yeah, but if you really want to work something out with somebody, you can't just be nagging all the time.
Nope.
Like, you can't be negative Nancy all the time. He talked about in previous episodes, the rare occasions that he does get a genuine smile from her. It's like, the best thing in the world because it's kind of so far and few in between. So, I mean, if you're unhappy all the time, then hey, be like Brett did and move on. But you know what I mean? I don't know. Like, she seemed like she was trying to make it work, but it's kind of like you seemed like you wasn't happy. You made it known to him that you wasn't happy, but now you're kind of wanting to.
She was stuck on the thing like. You could tell she's probably that perfectionist because she was stuck on like, this is failure. I don't want to fail. How is this looking to everyone?
Right.
So I feel you, but it's like you got to step outside of that because it's just a lot more than that.
Yeah. Basically,
at the end of the day. So Brett had his call with Pastor Cal. Woo. And that's when it just pretty much got real. He just pretty much laid it out there, right?
Yeah, I mean...
He started to start with that cat stuff, talking about, my cat was getting hurt. We had to go back to my home. But then it got real.
Pascal's like, okay, what's the real issue? And thank you, Pascal, because I don't know what he was talking about with the cats. Like, that wasn't even a conversation that was brought up previously on,
we didn't know nothing about it.
We didn't know nothing about it. And even still, that's just stupid.
Come on now.
Like if you said her cat attacked your cat, if you got somebody you're head over heels about, and it comes down to the cats attacking each other, you gonna figure that one out. That's not, right. You know what I mean? Like if I had a cat, you had a cat, and your cat's attacking my cow, I'm not going to get my own apartment just because our cats are not getting along. So come on, Brett. Like nobody's stupid.
But Pastor Kyle, he got to it.
He got to it.
Yeah.
And once he Pastor Kyle's like, all right, look, man, keep it a buck. You know what I mean? All this other stuff you've been kicking to us.
Digging,
like, what's the deal? And Brett kept it 100. He was like, look, I think we want different things in life. And so,
I mean, Pastor Kyle, he just he asked about the intimacy. He says, has that moved along? Is it any further where y'all at with that? And Brett was clear, nowhere with that. And so then they killed me every time with each couple with their question. What was the question?
Oh, do you think you're willing to move forward in this marriage until decision?
Still committed till decision.
There you go. That's it right there.
Woo! And your boy Brett. Woo!
Yeah, Brett is Brett's a straightforward guy, man.
For real. Because he said, I'm committed that we are not the best options for each other. Woo! I was like, whoa.
Man, that was a bar.
I know, I was like,
I'm committed that we are not the best option for each other. Hey, his brother's warned on the first couple episodes of the show that he is brutally honest, brutally blunt. And we saw that manifest itself in last night's episode.
Yeah. So they said, well, y'all gonna talk, and so they agreed to talk, and in conclusion, they sat down and they talked, and Olivia asked, how was your talk? He asked how was her talk, and she said, do you think we can, work it out or straighten things out or, try to make this work? And
it was a wrap.
That man said, no thanks.
No, thank you. As if he had just been offered, complimentary tea on a flight, on a Spirit flight. He said, no, thank you.
Her face dropped. You saw her face. She was just like.
She was not expecting that. And I don't know why not, because look, Brett is the type of guy, man. Once he makes up his mind about something, once he's, gone through his rationale and his logic, and he is determined that this is not a feasible solution, he's done. It's a wrap.
But you don't think maybe if she had put it on him right quick, you don't think maybe he might have been like,
She should have. She could
maybe he would have thought.
I'm not gonna put it on Olivia. There was faults on both ends.
Absolutely.
But sometimes it's just like they were saying, all the negative stuff. Sometimes look, all right, you do some stuff that gets on my nerves, but sometimes you just got to, you know what I mean? You put it on the brother. Some things might change. That. It like we joke, but they were talking about how physical intimacy is very important. It can knock down some walls.
That is true. That is true.
So when you don't have that at all, it's a lot easier to just walk away. You haven't really shared yourself with that person on a deeper level. Wow.
Wow. So basically, in conclusion, they have decided to end it. So I don't know. They basically ended it. They're separated. I guess are they going to show us? We don't know. Are they going to show us with them living separately how it's going? I don't know.
I don't know.
I guess kind of like Mindy and Zach. Yeah.
Maybe like a Mindy and Zach situation. They just not really.
Yeah. And then they did. But you remember they did. They didn't show too much, and then they brought him back. Remember?
Yeah, they'll probably pull him back for something. Later on. But
we'll see.
Yeah. I think we had them at the bottom of our most recent power.
We did.
It
fluctuated. Yeah.
They stayed near the bottom.
But now they're done.
Definitely at the bottom now.
Yeah, it's
without a doubt. It is done.
What do you say? It's done.
It's unfortunate, man. The COVID situation, I think, definitely. I think they had a slim chance, very slim margin of error, and COVID just wiped it out. There was no chance after that. So,
sure did.
Unfortunately, that is it for our friends Olivia and Brett.
Woo. And so that's going to be it for this video. Stay tuned as we keep dropping all the videos on the couples.
That's right. And if you haven't done so already, okay, hit that subscribe button and hit the bell so that you get post notifications so you know whenever we drop new content. All right, smash that like button. Let YouTube know that you're enjoying the content. All right, and hop in the comments. Let us know what you think about these couples. Woo. It was a lot going on this week, guys. Yes. All right, so let's get into it. Let's chop it up. Let's discuss it. Hop in the comments so that we can talk about it, guys. Other than that, we'll see y'all next week.